Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
It's finals week here in Michigan. The finals in the MIAA Men's Lacrosse Tournament is upon us. Here at Docking Family Stadium, it's the semis in the MIAA Tournament between the visiting Albion College Brits and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Hello, everyone. Alex Herman and Sean Whitmer up here in the booth. Happy to have you all join us here on a beautiful, sunny but windy Tuesday evening in Adrian. A lot to be excited for this evening as we got two great teams going at it. And on the other side of the bracket, there's one team that's awaiting one of these. Trine University beating Hope College 8-6. Final score in the other side of the bracket in the semifinal. They will await the winner of this game, either Albion or Adrian College. Sean, you had a chance to look at that game a little bit. What did you notice from that one?
So it was a very back-and-forth game early, but coming out of the half, or going into the half, they were tied at 3 apiece. Coming out, Hope was attacking strong, jumped out to a quick 6-3 lead in the second half. Unfortunately, they squandered it, and Trine was able to come away with an 8-6 win, as you mentioned. Trine is awaiting one of these two teams. Trine's going to stay on the road for the rest of this MIAA tournament, though. Whoever wins here today will host on Friday.
Home field advantage definitely is a perk when you're playing a championship game. So for Trine, like you said, they're going to have to get on the bus and head to a different campus, but we'll shift our focus to the game at hand that we have here this evening. It's the Britons of Albion College and the Bulldogs of Adrian College. We'll take a look at Albion first. So far this season, they're 10-8 overall on the season, 4-2 in the MIAA. They sit at the number 3 spot in the MIAA conference. Definitely a team that likes to score, but you're looking at some of their statistics on the season. One thing to notice, 8 is going to be their magic number. They've won every single game that they've scored 8+ goals, except for 2 on the year, that being against Ohio Wesleyan on 3/19/25, where they lost 9-15, and the other one, you guessed it, against your Bulldogs just a couple of short weeks ago on the 23rd of April, where they lost 8-10. So the question is, can the Bulldogs hold the Brits to less than 8 goals and try and secure a victory that way by playing defensively sound?
Well, the Bulldogs haven't really held teams to under 8 goals this season. It's not been their motto. Their motto has been transition up the field. They have held teams to under 8 goals only 4 times this season. And most of those games were blowout games where they're winning 25-2, or in situations like that, 25-5 earlier in the season. This is not going to be one of those games. This is going to be a nail-biter all the way through, and that's what we've seen last Wednesday as well.
I'm sure that it's going to come down to the wire as far as the final score goes and how close this one will get. And you alluded to the outscoring from the Bulldogs before. You look at the percentage for Albion. They've outscored their opponents 205-179 on the season. On the other side, the Bulldogs have outscored their opponents 259-193. So a similar split, but the edge goes to the Bulldogs as they have scored more goals. Face-offs, I think, is going to be another topic of discussion today. Both have to do a little bit better in the circle. Albion, 215 on 230. That's a .483 percentage. And on the other side, the Bulldogs, 232 for 276. That's a .57 percentage. You have to wonder if the team that's able to win more face-offs might have an advantage in this one.
I think it will come down to that. But one thing that the stats don't tell us, Bulldogs had a 3-man rotation for their face-off group earlier in the season. They lost their senior leader in that room. Gino Capicchione goes down with an injury. They have Sam Burke and Nico Palazzolo step up. Palazzolo has grabbed the reins, and he's doing everything he can now. He's not your typical face-off, get-off guy. I've called a lot of their games this season. He's one of those guys, if he gets the face-off and he can scoop it cleanly, he's going to run right down Broadway and take his shot.
We'll have to see what the strategy in the cards is today for the Bulldogs. Player to watch for Albion College. One name sticks out. That's number 4 in Cal Stearns. He's got 46 goals, 8 assists, and 54 points on the season. Without a doubt, Stearns is the shooter. If he's got the ball, more than likely, it seems like statistically wise at least, he's not going to pass that thing and is going to absolutely let it fly.
187 shots this season. 106 of them are on goal. Looking over at the Bulldogs briefly, I know we're going to touch on him in a minute. Michael Jonas is their guy. He only has 121 shots, and he doesn't even have 100 shots on goal this season. Just showing you the difference in the mentalities of 2-star players here briefly. Stearns shoots. It's what he does. It's all he wants to do. He is a pass if necessary guy, and the last time these two teams faced off, Stearns led the Brits with 4 goals.
Spotlight will definitely be on number 4 in purple as we will shift our attention over to the Bulldogs. Adrian College this season, 11-6 overall on the year. That's pretty solid. 5-1 in the MIAA, ranked number 2 in the conference. That's big for them. One thing to note for sure, they've done exceptionally well at home. They are 7-0 on the season. All of their losses coming on the road. This is a team that likes to perform at Docking Family Stadium and is extremely hungry to stay in the playoff hunt.
Yes, they are, and I think, like you said, performing at home is what they've done so well. They have a chance to add a win here today and then take that win and carry it over to Friday.
So we look historically for the Bulldogs facing off with Albion. Unfortunately, the numbers not slated in their favor, so if you were a betting man, you would probably look at that percentage. They're 8-12 overall, and recently, just a few short days ago, they snapped a 12-game losing streak on April 23rd, and that losing streak ranged back 10 years to April 4th, 2015. That's a big win for them and certainly a confidence boost going into this game.
Definitely. It's 100% a confidence boost. The big thing is Michael Jonas didn't show up in that game, and the Bulldogs were still able to come out with a victory. Jonas' only game on the season where he didn't score a single goal or a single assist.
Can the Bulldogs keep the season alive against Albion College? We'll find out coming up. We're going to get the national anthem and the starting lineups. But Alex Herman, Sean Whitmer up here in the booth. You're watching Bulldog Lacrosse on ACTV.
10 years ago, Adrian College Television set out on a mission to bring the excitement, the passion, and the unforgettable moments of Bulldog athletics to fans everywhere. From the field to the court, from nail-biting finishes to championship victories, ACTV has been there to capture it all.
Yeah, Jordan Spear, happy birthday, buddy. I'm sure.
This year, we celebrate a decade of dedication, 10 years of innovation, teamwork, and delivering the energy of Adrian College straight to your screen. Here's to the next chapter of ACTV, because at Adrian College, the story is just beginning.
Number 40, Luke Schumann.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
I'm a recent graduate from Michigan State University.
I'm an underwater cinematographer.
So I didn't really decide I wanted to become a pilot till after college.
Jetty is like a consolidated platform where I can have focused information in a couple swipes.
involve yourself as many opportunities that you can.
The number one most important thing is knowing your own weaknesses.
Proper planning.
Breakfast.
It's always something different, something new.
The fact that you can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
To become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
Playoff atmosphere here at Docking Family Stadium in beautiful Adrian, Michigan. Anticipation thick in the air for this highly contested matchup between the Albion Britons and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Alex Herman, Sean Whitmer up here in the booth. Happy to have you all join us here this evening. We're going to send it down to field side. Audrey Evans has some pregame notes for us.
Hello, I'm Audrey Evans here sideline at Docking Stadium. Tonight we have a special game for you. It's the first time in over a decade that Adrian has hosted the MIAA. Men's Lacrosse and Albion College. Good luck to the boys tonight. Sending it back up to you, Herm and Sean.
All right, back up here in the booth, Alex Herman, Sean Whitmer, just about ready to set to go. We have everybody in the middle as they will exchange a show of respect with the handshakes and fist bumps all around. Man, this is going to be a fun one here. Semifinal action in the MIAA tournament.
Yeah, and as Audrey said, first time Bulldogs have hosted in over a decade. That is something that the fans have showed up to see. Not just the fans of the Bulldogs, however. Both teams are here. Both fan bases are here for this game in such a beautiful day.
We'll get things kicked off. Opening face-off won by the Bulldogs on possession. It's Nico Palazzolo. He'll rip this up the left side. They'll start things off. Top of the point here as Bulldogs make some early substitutions leading towards the net. Back to the top. It's Braden Parrott. He'll hold on, run down the left side of the wing. Will pass behind the net. Holding on to it there is Hassel. Hassel back up top for Parrott. Parrott way deep towards center field. As running it down, that is Michael Jonas, the heavy shooter for the Bulldogs. Lets his first one go, and an easy stop for goaltender Caleb Howell.
That's a nice job by the Brits to get things stopped quick. Bulldogs like to play offense, as we mentioned in our pre-show, and if you can stop their offense and get yours going the other way, it's exactly what you need to do as a competitive team here.
Here goes number 4, Cal Stearns, our highlight player of the game for Albion College, as he holds on to the ball. Getting it back on the left side, that's Pipesh. Pipesh down low, distributes to Dameron. Dameron running behind the net, horizontally over. They play it back to the right corner. Holding on possession here is Schuleman. Schuleman jutting to the left, looking for an option. Doesn't get it and dishes for Pipesh. Pipesh back to center, looking for an opening. Fakes and dishes down low. Back behind the net, looking for a wraparound chance. Here's a quick shot, and it just goes wide. Good early look as well. Joey Pipesh. And just had that ball sail wide to the left. Brits will rotate back to the top. It's Pipesh again who's controlling. Will make his approach. Stutters to the right, looking for a shot. Quick one there, and a nice save. Might have got a piece of it. Is the Bulldogs goaltender. And Sam Spangler, who's had a strong season. Albion still on offense, have 50 seconds on the shot clock. Brits taking their time here. Pipesh still commanding at the 30-yard line. Pipesh to the right, deep corner. As they'll send it around, rotating the zone. Here's a shot from the slot, and that one just going wide. I believe Spangler had a good look at it. Didn't have to make any contact, but it never found the back of the net. This will give the chance for the Bulldogs to head back upfield and turn things to offense. Bounce pass connected to Horoff. Horoff to the left wing. Holding on, short pass there, gets to Hassel. As he'll race around, knocked out of his stick for a second, he'll recover. Has some pressure as he's leveled by Will Tesson. And Tesson is able to force the turnover and play it back to his netminder and Caleb Howell. Nice play from Tesson there to knock the ball away. Schumann with pressure on him has Stuckey near him towards the slot. Quick shot just over the top of the crossbar. Albion fans almost jumped up in celebration. Here's a nice move towards the front of the net. Lost and picked back up. It's Trace Tidswell. Or rather, that's Robbie Dameron. Top left, Cal Stearns. Heavy shooter for the Brits. Watching him down is Owen Stuckey. Stuckey one-on-one with Stearns. Forces him to pass, goes in and out of the stick, and it's picked up by the Bulldogs. They'll take it back to the right. Here's a quick running play. Bulldogs turn to offense here. They'll run it down the field. In the slot, it's Ristow. Turns it over, big check there. The Bulldogs lose it again. Forced turnover by Jonas. Trying to get at it. Ball still on the ground. They're kicking and fighting for it as nobody can get it yet, and it's ultimately recovered by Logan Bride.
That's a squandered opportunity right there from the Bulldogs. Brandon Horoff running up the field. You have to capitalize on those plays. He's the fastest man on the field every time he steps on it, and that's just a bad miss for the Bulldogs.
We had a feeling that defense was going to be an important part of this game, and early on, just about 4.5 into this one, you're seeing why you have to be strong in front of your goaltender. Here's Pipesh. Already has a couple of looks today as he dishes to his right. Here's a chance in the slot, and the Brits score. Robbie Dameron gets the go-ahead goal for Albion College, and they've broken the seal. It's 1-0.
It only took 5 minutes for the Brits to score, and Pipesh engineering the offense. He sets a screen, and it's going to be a quick pass in front for the easy goal, beating Spangler. We have 3 record holders on this Bulldogs team. Spangler's one of them, but even he can't stop that one.
That's a seeing eye shot from number 1 in Robbie Dameron, the senior from Macomb, Michigan. Edge will go in favor of Albion College early on in this one. At the 10-minute mark, we've played 5 minutes and seen 1 goal. A lot of the offense being generated so far by the Brits. Commanding the field, now it's Fabrizio Rossetti. Rossetti will hold on as we slow things down. Gets the green light to continue, and away we go. Now it's Keegan Pastor. Pastor to the left. Brits looking for a shot. They run it back to the middle. Rossetti goes hard one-on-one. Back for Pastor, lets a shot go, and that one wide. Hits off the back hill near the James F. Thomas Pavilion. Brits will still have the ball here. 34 seconds left on their shot clock. It's Rossetti. Pivots, opens up, and forced back towards the line. Gives it back for Stearns. Stearns has Edwards in front of him. A stutter step, hits the brakes, moves back to the left. Jump deke there, takes a trip, and the Bulldogs are able to get the ball back. I believe that was Cameron Reed who was able to recover it. Here come the Bulldogs, looking to find their first goal of the game. Hard pressure, as the Bulldogs have to step back just for a second to reset and get all their pieces in the right place. This is tossed for Winiger. Winiger slowly now picking up speed. Stops on the far left wing. Throws it over for Edwards, who has Tidswell to his right. That's who receives it. Tidswell looking for a shot, and it's stopped. Big save made. What a stop from the Albion netminder in Caleb Howell. That was a slow roller on the ground, but he made a nice stop to keep this a 1-0 game.
Yeah, the sophomore goalie, I mean, he's stepping up. This Brits team has 4 goalies that they've used this year, but it's been Howell leading the way. And right there, he makes a phenomenal save, diving back on top of it to stop any second chance opportunities for the Dogs.
Marcier, while his team makes some substitutions, fresh to the field, that's Luke Schumann. 7:45 left to go in this first quarter. Albion still up by 1 lone tally. Good spin deke in the middle. Quick shot there. It's stopped, picked up, held on to. They fight for it. And getting it back. That's Sam Spangler. They throw it back to their goalie in Spangler. And now push uphill. Here come the Bulldogs, looking to tie this game on the next rush. Long shot, faked. That was Horoff, who was looking to let it go, decided not to as he dished to Tyler Ristow. Back behind the goal. Bulldogs controlling up top for Horoff. Horoff with a quick shot, and it's stopped again. Another great save by Caleb Howell. Watched it all the way into the webbing.
Real quick, something I keep noticing, we keep getting a long pull in the offensive area for the Bulldogs, but it's not Cam Reed. It's Owen Stuckey each time. That's a spot Cam Reed needs to be at.
Up top, jumping forward is Pipesh. Helped out with the Albion offense early on in this game, as he'll head off for a substitution. Changing with him is Cal Stearns. He'll get the ball as he heads to the field. Here's Stearns, juts to the right. Holds on to the top of the point, backs it up, puts it in reverse, and will wait for the right play. Stearns waiting against Horoff. Moves to his right, good pressure. Here's a shot on the ground, and it's wide. And applauding his defensive efforts was goaltender Sam Spangler. Likes what he saw there. 5:57 left to go in this first quarter. Moving with the ball is Rossetti. Back behind the net, it's Dameron. Dameron looking for the right pass option. Doesn't like what he has. Has 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Albion needs to move. Whistle is being blown here, and I believe Dameron told by the officials that he has to drop the ball. So the Bulldogs to offense. Haven't been able to generate the chances they've wanted so far early on in this game. A chance to turn the tide. Back to the top, it's Edwards. Tyler Ristow. One hand on the stick, puts his bottom one there. Moves it over to his right. Jake Coakley off for Tidswell. Tidswell will go for a run. Now low for Hassel. They swing it over. Hassel gets it right back and throws to Tidswell once more. Full rotation in the offensive zone for the Bulldogs. Quick move there, looking for a shot. It's thrown down and it goes wide. Bulldogs are able to get to it first and holding on. Nice recovery by Jake Coakley. Coakley running around with pressure behind him. That's Will Tesson, who was on his coattails. Tidswell to his right. Bulldogs need a shot here. They let it go. Big save made. It's kept out again. Caleb Howell keeping Albion alive after some great shooting from the Bulldogs.
Howell is standing on his head right now. He is doing everything, sprawling out, kicking his legs. He looks like a fish out of water out there, but it's working for his team right now.
Goalies, some of the most unorthodox athletes in all of sports. Oh my goodness! And a mental error from the Bulldogs. I believe this is an own goal. Bulldogs lost sight of the ball as they were going to pick it up, and I think they just scooped it into their own net.
Yeah, and it looked like one of their leaders as well. That looked like Cam Reed was the immediate person to react there. If we see 19 flipping this, he was right in front, and I believe it might have been him.
Oh.
No, it was Carithers who flipped it in. Reed tried to pull it back out. That's a rough play made there by a freshman. He's played a lot this season, but it's not what you want to see if you're Bulldogs right now.
Not at all. Under 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. When you need some momentum to shift in your favor, an own goal is not what you want at all. Adrian College now down by a pair as we near the final minutes of the first.
The Bulldogs are going to get this, though, after a turnover from that face-off. Brits weren't able to handle it as it rolled out of play.
Right corner. Taking a whack was Hassel. Tipped a soft pass over. That's Alec Winiger who will hold on to it. Throws it off for Tidswell. Give and go. Back to Winiger. Back to Tidswell looking for a shot. No dice. Underneath is Hassel. Hassel on one hand. Throws it back to the top for Edwards. Edwards to Tidswell. Back for Winiger. Shifting around. That's Edwards. Edwards with no look. Over to Winiger. Holding on. Throws it low. Bulldogs almost lost it. It was Selvage who had to jump to make that play. He'll run around nearing the front of the goal. No shot for him. Now it's Winiger who let it go, and it's wide. Bulldogs will still hold on to the ball. 22 seconds left on the shot clock. They need a chance here. In front. Backhander behind the back. That was Salvage trying to get crafty in front of the net. It almost worked for him. Bulldogs again will need a shot on goal. 14 seconds now. Time running out. Tidswell running over. Gets steamrolled. 7 seconds left. Bulldogs got to get rid of it, and they turn the ball over. Albion will recover. Albion defense in this first quarter has been absolutely lights out.
That looked like a potential call there. Could have called holding. The official ultimately decided to swallow his whistle on that one. They've called it fair both ways. That's one you want to see called, though.
Playoff ball, sometimes things get swept under the rug. Might not get all the calls that you want. A lot of the officials believing that it's just better to let the kids play, and that's what we saw there. This is Luke Schumann. Will gallop down towards the net. Down the slot now. Distributes off to the left side. Taking a hard chop on the stick. That was Brandon Horoff as he'll get the ball back. inching up the field. Takes a check as he still holds onto it. Miraculous play by Horoff. They throw it down low. Trying to find a shot is Hassel. Hassel will rotate the zone. Some quick changes for the Bulldogs. Shielding, looking for a shot. They spin it back the other way. There it goes, and another save. Caleb Howell watching it all the way into his stick. And it's impressive because sometimes the goaltenders, you see, will make saves where they don't exactly know where the ball is going and their body's just in the right position. These are clean saves that Howell is making every single time.
Yeah, it's almost as if the Bulldogs are passing it straight into his cage. They're not trying to get anything off script. They're just throwing it directly in to his netting, and that's not something you can do in a semifinal game.
So under 60 seconds left to go in the first quarter. The Brits elect to slow things down as Fabrizio Rosidi is going to hold on to the ball here. They have enough time on the shot clock where they can afford to do so. And I think that's all that's going to happen unless they see some extra pressure. Looks like Rosidi decided to start for 1 second and then pulled off. Now he'll make his approach. 18 seconds left. Here's Rosidi off to the right wing, trying to facilitate a play. Looking for a shot in the slot. They score! Albion makes it 3 with 9 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
It's not what you want to see if you're the Bulldogs here. They're going to give up 3 goals in the first quarter, and it's easy routine plays. They're not getting beat doing anything special. That is a routine shot for the Brits, and it's going to lead them to this 3-0 lead to end the first quarter.
Similar start to where we saw on April 3rd. Bulldogs against Calvin University had a really rough first quarter. Slowed it down after the break and then really turned it on. That has to be the message going into the second quarter. 1 second left, the horn will go. They try and get one last shot off, and it's stopped by Spangler. But that's going to do it for the first 15 minutes of play. Both teams will go off to their sideline and chalk up their strategy here. We'll take a quick intermission up here in the booth. Alex Herman, Sean Whitmer. We'll be right back. You're watching Bulldog Lacrosse on ACTV.
Bulldog fans, welcome to the home of Adrian College Athletics. Brought to you by Adrian College Television. Follow us on social media to be connected to the latest broadcasts, news, highlights, and more. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok. ACTV's social media handle is at Adrian College TV on all platforms. Thank you to all of our fans who tune in to support us at ACTV.
I'm Audrey here at Family Docking Stadium, and right now the Bulldogs is down 3. Right now they're really going to have to count on 2 players, Cameron Reed and Michael Jonas. They both have offense and defense in the MIAA Players of the Year. Not only that, they are 7th and 8th in our history of the program, which is a very rich history, and it's something to be honored. I've spoke to a few players on their team, and they have said how hard these guys work and put their most effort on the field. Hopefully we can make this up. I'm sending you back up to Herm and Sean.
Thanks, Audrey. Both teams getting ready and set to start off the back half of this first half. After 15 minutes, it's Albion over the Bulldogs, 3-0, as both teams will flip-flop on sides. The purple sweaters now running left to right. The yellow sweaters running right to left. Bulldogs really need to have a strong second quarter here. Down by 3. They played most of that in their defensive end. Their shooting was definitely there, but they got to get crafty with some of their opportunities.
And that craftiness comes from playing through your stars. Jonas hasn't done anything all day. He's taken 1 shot. It was a shot on goal. That's it.
And it was interesting, too, because we alluded to that in the pregame. The last time these two teams played, Adrian College was able to win. But the Albion defense limiting their best player in program history to absolutely nothing. So we'll continue on. Time ticking down here in the second quarter. Bulldogs getting the opening possession. They move it horizontally. That's Winiger. Down low. Here's a full rotation in the stick of Selvage. Up top. Holding it there. Back to Winiger. Has Edwards to his left. Decides to run down the right side of the field. Edwards now with the ball in his pocket. Edwards holds it, throws it low. It was a rolling ball, wasn't picked up at first. Bulldogs still have it here. Looking for a wraparound, no shot. Quickly on the ground, in and out. It's stopped and somehow it stays out. Miraculously, Howell got a piece of it.
Bulldogs are going to keep the ball because the ball skipped in and out of the crease and a Britain player jumped in the crease to pick it up.
Okay. Bulldogs getting lucky here as they get to restart in the offensive zone. Was so close to getting their first tally on the night. Swung down low. That's Hassel, who's shadowed by a Brit. Number 41, Will Tesson, who had a strong first quarter. Up top is Sam Burke. Or rather, that's Alec Winiger, number 8. Sometimes hard to see through the sun glare up here in the booth. Absolutely beaming down on us on the opposite side of the field. Edwards with a shot that goes wide. Bulldogs are there to get it. They're going to hold on to the ball. Austin Selvage. Behind the net, all the attention turned to the Bulldogs. Here's a quick shot. They score! Into the back of the net, it's Michael Jonas. The first of the day for Adrian College. They've cut the lead to 2.
Michael Jonas took matters into his own hands right after we mentioned that he hasn't played the quarterbacking position all day, and he said, you know what, enough is enough. This is my time. He takes it quick, skips it off the deck, and he's going to strike first for the Bulldogs.
Textbook Michael Jonas from the all-time leading scorer, and the Bulldogs, with the jolts of electricity injected into their veins, we'll see if they can keep it going. We take the face-off at center. It's jockeyed for, bobbled up, recovered. Bulldogs get to it. They lost it in and out of the stick. They still fight for it. Nice play from Cameron Reed. He'll get to it in time, and now will decide to rush it down. Plays it back to the top. A miscue there on the pass. Not fully caught and held on to, but it's Palazzolo. Bulldogs with some substitutions on the fields. Swing it deep into their offensive zone. Holding around, walking it is Tidswell. Here's the shot that whistles wide. A good look from Winiger. He was wide open, but just out of the top of his pocket. Can't get it on target. 53 seconds on the shot clock. Bulldogs looking towards the front of the net. They play it to the slot. It's Hassel. Spin move from Tidswell. Throws it on, and it's wide to the left. Bulldogs showing some life here.
Watch number 19. He's staying in the offensive zone even with that long stick. That's Cam Reed. He has 12 goals as a defender for the Bulldogs.
Holding on to it is Winiger. Dishes to his right. To the net is Tidswell. Doesn't have an option. Back to the top. Here's a quick shot high and wide. Winiger again trying to find that top corner. Bulldogs just need one more to get back within reach. Looking towards the front. Here it is, and the Bulldogs score again. It's Derek Hassel who makes it a 3-2 game.
Derek Hassel, he scored 2 in the last time that these two teams met, and right there he makes a crucial goal for the Bulldogs to bring them within 1, and the Brits are going to take a timeout. Everything rolling the Bulldogs' way. You could see it from the celebration from Hassel, just how important that goal was.
The senior from Louisville, Kentucky, gets it done, and a 3-2 game. With 11:52, Albion decides to slow things down, and now the pressure is on them to try and defend. Bulldogs absolutely surging here in the first 3.5 of the second quarter.
Yeah, and the Albion fans right in front of us, they've gone quiet as of late. You'd like to see if the Bulldogs can keep them out of this game going forward.
We're going to take a quick timeout here. Commercial break coming up. You're watching Bulldog Lacrosse on ACTV.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus visit.
Back on the field, 11:52 left to go in the second quarter. Derek Hassel getting the second Bulldog goal. Sits us at a 3-2 score. Alex Herman, Sean Whitmer up here in the booth at the Docking Family Stadium on the campus of Adrian College. Happy to have you all join us here again on ACTV. MIAA Men's Lacrosse Semifinals. As we get our face-off at center and continue on. Here's a quick pickup from the Bulldogs, looking to tie the game in front. In the slot, they shoot, and it bounces just wide. It was Michael Jonas who had the tying goal on the edge of his stick, but he can't shove it home.
Yeah, Howell having a little bit of deja vu there. It was the exact same shot Jonas went for last time. And when you see a player go for the exact same thing, I'm sure you know this as a fellow goalie, it's easy to adapt to similar plays.
And Howell, of course, we have to note, has had a really strong game so far. Those two goals, not necessarily on him. That first quarter, he stopped every single shot he saw his way. Bulldogs will kick it downfield. Selvage on the left side of the wing, runs it low. They reposition to Derek Hassel, had the second goal just a few short moments ago. Back up top, this is Edwards running down. There's a shot from Ristow, and it bounces wide. Man, how about this Bulldog offense who's really turning it on and making Albion work for it?
Well, coaching is big for this Bulldog team, and Coach Wetzel is the most winningest coach in program history. He's showing it with the adjustments he made in between the quarters.
Alec Winiger pivots 180, looking towards the middle, holding on one hand. Gets a bump, almost lost control, but stayed on his feet. To the top, spinning is Tidswell. To the middle, lost control of the ball. It's rolling down, and it's recovered. Picked up. There was a body check in open field. Albion fans absolutely irate. They thought there should have been a penalty flag. They're gonna have to live with that one as we continue on. 10-12 left to go. 80 seconds reset on the shot clock. Alec Winiger to Tidswell. Behind the net play. They rotate and send it back. Off to the left, it's Hassel who holds on to it. Now Winiger looking for a lane, running to the right, stops, takes a bump, shadowing him is Taylor. Behind the net, picked off in midair, looking to scoop it up for the Brits, and they're able to do so. Bulldogs looked like they were going to get it at the last second there. Could have been a scary play.
Yeah, and as you were mentioning earlier, Brits fans wanting that whistle to blow on those big hits, but unfortunately, if the whistle blows on us, it has to blow on them because both teams were delivering big blows.
That's playoff ball for you as we continue on. Running the zone is Miller, looking for a shot, decides instead to pass down low. They swing it up top, it's Rosidi. Holding on, has a teammate to his right in Keegan Pastor. As they hold the top of the zone near midfield, Pastor goes one-on-one with Edwards, gets around, Pastor throws it low. And a whistle against Albion, and again the fans showing their displeasure.
Yeah, Carruthers ended up on the ground. It looked like an illegal hit away from the play. So no penalty being served, but the Bulldogs are going to take possession.
So this will bring the ball back to the offensive zone of the Bulldogs. Looking to find the tying goal on their stick. They throw it to the right. Crisscrossing in the zone. Ristow looking for a shot. There it is! And it's deflected wide. That was Austin Selvage was looking to whip it home. Adrian College will still hold it, trying to motor their way towards the front. A miss pass there, but recovered nicely. Spin move from Horoff. Horoff will move his boots down low, trying to open up and find somebody to distribute the ball to. Nice play there. There's a flag up on the play, and we'll see what the call is here. 8:02 as we get our whistle.
I couldn't make out the signal from the official. We'll try to see what the judge down here. So it's going to be a 30-second serve on Albion for interference. And it looks like it's going to be number 41, Will Tesson, serving.
Man advantage now to the Bulldogs. Exactly what you want when you're trying to tie the game. Bulldogs up by 1 in personnel. 30 seconds here. They misplay it. And Albion is able to get it back. Running downfield, short-handed, here they come. Good intercept play by Noah Carithers as he's able to get the ball back. And they throw it over for Sam Spangler. Spangler will go off to the side in the big man in Cam Reed and get it right back. Spangler way out of his crease. They throw it up. It's tipped out of play. And the ball will go back to the Brits.
Bulldogs came into that power play sitting at a .444 power play percentage, and they just squandered a golden opportunity to tie this game.
Schumann with the ball. Caught it on the left side of the field. Now he's on the right. Crosses over the Y-axis and decides to run it down low. And a let's go offense chant, I believe, erupting from the crowds. The Albion Scott fans right in front of us. Here's a good look towards the net. And the Brits score again. It's Luke Schumann who gets the visitors back up by 2.
Well, we can talk all we want about the Bulldogs star players. They have offensive player of the year. They have defensive player of the year. That's the rookie of the year right there, taking matters into his own hands and scoring, beating Sam Spangler up top for his 27th goal on the season, his second on the day.
Luke Schumann, the freshman from Battle Creek, Michigan. 26 tallies on the season, a 4-2 score now with 6:43 left to go in the first half. Albion fans again showing their displeasure. They do not like these officials. Running the ball around are the Brits. They crisscross in zone and throw it over for Joey Pipesh. Pipesh has Barker running in front of him. Will swap with Schumann, who just got the 4th goal. Will head back to the right flank. Cal Stearns, the guy you got to watch for in Albion College, runs the ball around, looking for an option. Lets it go and just barely wide. Brits will still hang on to possession. It was certainly close, though. Spangler read that play and almost got a beat to the ball. Mercier has Cam Reed in front of him with the long deep hole. This ball off for Schumann. Schumann backpedaling in the offensive zone. Now will make his approach. The stutter step to start. Fakes it. Off to the left side. Lets it go. Off the ground and wide. Albion fans anticipating a goal there. They're not going to get it. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Bulldogs need some tight defense here. Albion with little time left. Looking for an option. They pick the ball up. Here's a chance in the slot. And it's out of the webbing. Horn will go, and the Bulldogs with a chance now to run it back up the field. Here's some speed. Bulldogs in hot pursuit. They throw it down to the left. Spinning is Velhorf. Way on the left side of the corner. That's Veldhoff, who throws it back, And Adrian College, with 4:59, decides to slow things down and take a timeout, and I believe that's going to be the right play from the bench staff of AC.
Yeah, I like the call going with the timeout there. However, I do not like that we're seeing Michael Jonas fall into a decoy role once again. He's camping in front of the net. He's setting screens. He's setting, eye wash in front of that goalie. But he's not making plays. He's a playmaker. He's not a decoy. They need to get him more involved on the offensive end.
We saw the offense start to make a good push in the opening couple of minutes, and it seems like now towards the back half of this quarter, it's sort of fallen astray. What do you think the Bulldogs are going to have to do to try and find that same kind of scoring touch going forward for the rest of the game?
Well, the big adjustment they made going into the early parts of this quarter, Jonas was touching the ball more. He's going back to that decoy role, as I just mentioned, and it's slowing things down too much. The Bulldogs like to play quick, and because it's playoff atmosphere, I think they're trying to slow things down, and they're trying to catch these Brits off guard. Because the game earlier in the season, last week, yes, it was a regular season game, but it was playoff atmosphere. That was the battle for number 2. Whoever won that got home field advantage today. And the other team had to go through a first-round situation. Bulldogs won that one, but the Brits are in control right now.
Adrian College is really going to have to strut their stuff here if they're going to try and tie this game up before the half. They do have the ball as the whistle goes, and we continue on. Under 5 to play in the second quarter and the first half. Bulldogs move the ball in zone. Up top, that's Parrott. Off for number 31 in Coakley. Coakley moving around. Still holding on to it. Goes one-on-one with Heft. Heft pressuring him well. Forces a turnover. Ball will roll back. Bulldogs trying to get it. It's scooped through to his knees. That was Bride, and he gets the ball. Albion fans applaud as again they shut the Bulldogs down. Here's a good look towards the net. Big stop made. Fantastic save from Sam Spangler.
Going back to that last offensive possession for the Bulldogs, exactly what I was saying. Jonas is sitting over here in the corner as far away from the play as he can be. Why is that the Bulldogs' offense right now?
Could it be a part of the strategy? Is it something that's going to change going forward in the game? Or is it just scouted play from the Albion bench?
Not entirely sure. I don't know if that's their best defender on tape that's manning him and they're just trying to get him out of the play.
Quick shot in. Did that cross the line? That looked like it went in, and yes, it signaled a goal. Confusion at first, but the Bulldogs strike again. It's 4-3. It's Horoff who gets the third goal of the game.
I've seen some heat on a lot of shots here from this team. I have not seen one hit the back of the net with such heat that it kicks back out in front of the goalie.
That's got to hit the exact perfect part of the net, especially because those nets aren't wound as tight. There's a lot of give to them, and man, there was some velocity on that ball, but a good sign for the Bulldogs bench as they get back within one, and that faceoff is won by the Brits. Almost turned over there, Cam Reed trying to knife for it. Some hacks and whacks, but they can't push it loose. And a misplay by the Brits. They'll turn it over. Bulldog ball now. Here we go. 3:25 left to go in the first half. Cam Reed pushing his way around, gets over midfield. Looking for somebody to pass to, and it's met by Edwards. Edwards to the left in Austin Selvage. Quick hop from the Bulldogs to the top of the slot. It's Winiger once more. Rotated down low. They run it deep. Quick stutter step there as they pause and slow it down for a moment. Bulldogs trying to set up something in the offensive zone. Trace Tidswell with it. Back to his offensive partner. They wrap around the outside of the net. It's Selvage. Throws it over for Edwards. 30 seconds left. Bulldogs need a shot. Winiger to Edwards at the top. Will run it in. Along the left side. Here's some room. Quick shot, and it goes just barely wide. Trying to sneak it into the inside of the post.
I didn't see the signal from the official, but it was on that screen that caused Albion to come away with this ball.
So the Brits will get the ball back. 2:15 remaining in the first half. It's bobbled up. Can it be recovered? No, the Bulldogs can't get to it. Good tenacity by Cal Stearns, star player for the Brits. They run it low. Whistle is blown. Catching it mid-stride was Schumann. And the Brits, again, will elect to take another timeout. 2:02 left to go in the first half here at Docking Family Stadium. Alex Herman, Sean Whitmer up here in the booth. You're watching Bulldog Lacrosse on ACTV.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
Teams preparing to break from their huddles after that timeout called by Albion College. Alex Herman, Sean Whitmer up here in the booth. Men's Lacrosse MIAA semifinals here from the campus of Adrian College at Docking Family Stadium. Our score 3-4 in favor of Albion College. For those of you just tuning in, 2:02 left to go here in the second quarter and the first half. It's been back and forth all day. Defense has been the name of the game for Albion.
It really has, and something that I think a lot of people aren't going to realize, the Brits were in a golden chance to score there. Even the fans were upset by that timeout call, so it's interesting to see what they decided to stop a fast break for to draw up here in this offensive set.
And we'll see what comes to fruition for this offense of the boys in the purple and tan. Quick move. Ball moved over. Here's a shot. Stopped. It's kept out. Spangler recovers it and gets on top of it. Nice save from Sam Spangler again. Has kept this game as close as possible for this Adrian squad. Getting around some defense. 90 seconds left to go in the first half. Bulldogs move to offense. Would be great for them to tie this game before the end of the second. They slide it up high, looking towards the net. Here's a shot that just goes wide. Bulldogs in time to get the ball back. 53 seconds left on their shot clock. Deep right corner for the Bulldogs. Throwing it is Hassel. Connecting there, Bulldogs run it around. Selvage looks off a chance, gives to Hassel. Off to the right side, Winiger down low. They play it near the net, trying to find a shot. Here it is, up top, they score! What a blast from Alec Winiger. He'll tie it with 49 seconds left to go.
Just an absolute sniper there from some distance, burying it top shelf. Nothing Howell can do to stop it. He did everything in his power, but the heat from the shot has too much on it.
Fans coming alive here at the Docking Family Stadium. Bulldogs looking to build off their energy as we pump it up here in the crowd. Albion will get the face-off. They play it way back in their defensive zone. Might just try and rag the ball here. We saw it similar to end the first quarter as they played the ball back, doing a similar thing here with 30 seconds left. Will they push up field? Long pass. It's met. Here's Starvos off to the side, looking for a shot in front of the net, and they score! Again, pulling the offense and defense back to the left. It's Danny Moore, or rather that's Andrew Miller who gets the goal, and Albion again with the lead.
Yeah, as you mentioned, they pulled that defense out of position, and when it's one-on-one with a goalie, there's nothing he can do. They just skip it right in between his legs. It's 5-hole. It's easy.
That's the second time the Bulldogs have fell for that play call, and that one even more apparent than the first because they were way back to their left in the defensive zone. Albion again keep their scoring touch and lead this 5-4 with 12 seconds left in the first half. This is picked off and ran down by Carithers. Carithers, 5 seconds left. Bulldogs need a shot. 3-2. Looking for it. Stuckey lets it go. It doesn't get off in time. The horn will go. Whistle blows, and both teams will head back to their benches after a really interesting first half. Albion up 5-4 after 30 minutes of play. Back and forth, man, oh man, this has been a great MIAA semifinal so far.
It really has been, and I think Wetzel's team is just playing with some jitters right now. I mean, they're making uncharacteristic mistakes, and this team, normally when they make mistakes, it's one and done, you move on. They're doing it over and over again.
All right, we are going to send it down to sideline with Audrey Evans. She's got Coach Brett Wetzel.
Hello, I'm Audrey Evans here with Coach Brett Wetzel. So far, your boys have been neck and neck on the game. What are you thinking of your strategies to bring into the next after halftime?
Well, we just got to keep the attack going. The attack are playing really well right now. We got to get them the ball and get them working back there, get them using the picks and whatnot, and I think we'll be in just fine shape. I mean, we're clearing the ball pretty well. They're taking away our transition, which is a big part of our offense, a big part of our goals. But if we can get that offense going, get that attack going in particular, we'll be in good shape.
Do you have any attackers, offense that you're really going to try to push out there the next round?
I mean, obviously we got to try to get Mike Jonas going, get Mike the ball, and see if he can create a little bit for us. He's a big-time creator. He's a goal scorer, feeder. I mean, he can do it all, so we got to get Mike going.
Great. Thank you so much, Mr. Wetzel. Sending it back up to you, Herm and Sean.
5-4 our score after 30 minutes of play as we head to the half. We'll look at our scoring summary in the first and second quarter. Early on, it was Keegan Pastor 15 seconds in. Or rather, I apologize. It was Robbie Dameron who got the scoring going at 10:18. Luke Schumann made it 2-0, and then it was Keegan Pastor with a late tally, 15 seconds left into that first quarter. Michael Jonas would get the Bulldogs going in their scoring, made it 3-1. Derek Hassel 3-2. Again, Luke Schumann with his second, he'll pull away with the Brits, made it 4-2. Brandon Horoff 4-3. The tying goal from Alec Winiger 4-4, and Andrew Miller gets the last one with 19 seconds left to make this a 5-4 game. We're going to step aside for a quick intermission. Alex Herman, Sean Whitmer up here in the booth at the Docking Family Stadium. You're watching the MIAA semifinals on ACTV.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth, introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time that you will always look back on as special years. Never experienced before you arrived today and never replicated after you graduate.
Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Welcome back to Docking Family Stadium here on the campus of Adrian College. MIAA semifinal lacrosse action here this evening. We've gone through the first half so far. 5-4 our score. It's the Albion Britons and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Alex Herman, Sean Whitmer up here in the booth. Bulldogs need to find a way to pull ahead here if they're going to win this one. If you think they're going to do it, what's the key to success?
I think I'm just preaching the same thing over and over again. Michael Jonas is too important to be a decoy. There are some players you cannot do that with. He is one of them. Me and you have both interviewed him on separate occasions and talked to him. He told me in my interview with him that the most important thing to him and this team is winning the MIAA championship. If they're going to do that, they need to play through him a little bit more here in the second half.
Albion defense has been the story for them so far. They've scored, of course, more than the Bulldogs have in the first 30 minutes of play. They're looking to do the same thing here. But definitely, Bulldog offense needs to come alive, similarly to the way they did at the start of the second quarter. And away we go. Immediately, Albion will pick up the ball and send it downfield. They're running right to left, wearing the purple sweaters. Brennan Mercier will shift around the zone, flip-flops there, doesn't let go of the ball. Now he does. It's caught by Cal Stearns. Luke Schumann has 2 goals in this game so far. An impressive freshman from Battle Creek, Michigan, as we highlighted earlier. This is back to Stearns. They throw it wide. Slow play developing here for the Brits. Running hard, it's Schumann looking for a shot. They send it to the slot, caught quickly, they score! Just like that, Brits open up the scoring in the second half.
The one hop off the deck has been what the Brits have done so well today. Sam Spangler needs to shut down his 5-hole and close everything out going wide.
Well, it's hard too because a lot of those plays developing from in tight areas in front of the net. Hard for Spangler to get a good look at those because you're kind of guessing every which way to where that ball's going to head up. There's a whistle there as Albion is going to get the ball back.
Yeah, that was a hold there on Palazzolo after losing the faceoff. Just frustrations rising in this Bulldogs team.
Adrian College down by 2. Defense needs to come large here. Talked about the magic number 8 in the pre-show for the Brits. And right on cue, it's Cam Reed with a nice interception, gets the ball. Bulldogs head to offense. They gallop down the hill. Selvage runs it around. Adrian College setting up in their zone. Down low, it's Hassel. Hassel pivots, crosses over, throws a long pass to his left. There's a shot off the outside of the net. Good chance for AC, but again, they don't get it, as 52 seconds will remain on their shot clock. Whistle goes, and the Bulldogs continue. Now it's Michael Jonas. Need a big half for him Jonas with his back to the net. Opens up, spins off. Quick shot, scores! Upstairs where Mama hides the cookies. Michael Jonas gets another one, and it's 6-5 now.
Well, it's a throwback with that call there. He did go upstairs, and he did it in old school Michael Jonas fashion, making the defenders look silly as he half spun, full spin, just under from low to high on the quick and easy goal to cut the lead to 1.
Man, that double fake. The quick pivot, step back, go back the other way. I mean, there's another Michael whose name ends with J that reminds me of, but from a different sport. That being Michael Jordan. 6-5 now our score. Albion looks to control here. You saw the bench trying to get some life back into their crowd. Schumann running it down just at about midfield. Schumann will set up the offensive pressure. Throws it cross to Pipesh. Back to Schumann. Quick step off to Pipesh. A give and go. Pipesh to the net. Just goes wide. Bulldogs have to get to the ball fast. The Brits able to get it. Good moves from Robbie Dameron as he evaded some pressure. Whipping a shot. That one high and wide was a high riser from Cal Stearns. That had eyes, no doubt about it. Bulldogs might have just gotten away with one. The deadly shooter, number 4, Cal Stearns, trying to find one to get his team back in a comfortable position. Offense gets to work. With the ball, you guessed it, it's Michael Jonas. Goes one-on-one with Ben Schalett. Jonas looking towards the net. Soft pass down low. No shot there available for Veldhoff. There's a shot on the ground, stopped. Caleb Howell will sit on that one. There's a tumbling play. A mishap from number 45 in Pipesh. Gave it away. Here's an opportunity on top. Oh my goodness, what a save. Great stop. That's kept out again. And actually, I made a mistake earlier. I thought Caleb Howell was still in the game. It's number 8 in Jack Erickson.
Yeah, they switched it out and brought the senior in. It's an interesting call.
We'll see how it plays out for them. Pipesh, who took a tumble earlier, has it whacked out of his pocket. It's picked up. Here's Derek Hassel, a break in a lane to the left side. They throw it up to the top. Here's the shot, and it's stopped all the way into the webbing. Jack Erickson with another big one here. Just about 4.5 into this third quarter in front of the net. Albion can't hold on to it. Robbie Dameron looking up at the sky in disarray. Man, oh man, has this game picked up. This ball caught from a long pass. Edwards goes up top for Stuckey. Derek Hassel on the far right side, telling everybody to hold up just for a second so everybody can get into position. Ball is rolled to the center of the field, and Alec Winiger. Rolling down the right side, it's Trace Tidswell. This is tossed over. Riley Edwards trying to reposition. Finds Alec Winiger back at the center. Off for Edwards once more. Winiger, give and go with Tidswell. Will give it back. They shift it to the left. Once again, Winiger down low. Long pass bobbled out. Can't be held on to. It's Hassel who's trying to fight for it. The whistle goes, and the officials giving the ball back to Albion.
I think that's the proper call there. It looked like Hassel was the last player to touch it before it crossed that line. Unfortunately, he tried to play a little bit of chess there. Did not work for the Dogs.
Sun's starting to set to our right. We've crossed past halfway, or just about, at the 9-minute mark. Luke Schumann has had a day so far, looking to continue his efforts. Schumann on the right side. Up top for Rossetti. Schumann looking for a lane. Nice pass there off to his left. It's Stearns towards the front, picked up. It's Schumann again who gets right back to the ball. Somehow threads his way through a sea of yellow. "20 seconds left for the Brits. Big hit there. No shot. That will give some more time for the Bulldog defense. It was Rossetti who was sent down to the field hard. Here's a quick shot from a tough angle. Just goes wide and over the net. I don't know if Spangler got a piece of it or if he was just in the right position to force a hard shot. 4 seconds left. Albion trying to work against the clock. It's tipped away. Spangler picks it up. And just in the nick of time, Bulldogs will get the ball back. Boys in the yellow, black, and white will move left to right. There's a tumble. It's held onto. And the Bulldogs somehow come out of the scrum with it. How about that play? Brandon Oroff staying hard on the ball. Austin Selvage now. Selvage on our side of the fields. Lets it go for Winiger. Winiger receiving right back. Goes for Tidswell to his right. Bulldogs got to get closer to the net to try and find a shot. They're way deep in the offensive zone. Back up top, spinning off is Edwards. Edwards off to the side. The shot was let go. It's wide. 30 seconds left. Bulldogs have the clock reset to 60.
Well, Edwards just tried to make you eat your own words there, Herm. Tried to take one from distance.
Got to get bold when you're trying to tie the game. This is pass to the top. Stadium lights beginning to heat up. Running it down, Winiger. Winiger to Hassel. Hassel goes around the net. Here's a quick shot. They score! Derek Hassel ties the game again. It's 6-6 with 6:40 left.
Great job by Derek Hassel, doing everything he can to help this Bulldogs team. He does not want to lose. Feeding one through. The senior out of Louisville, Kentucky, scores once again in this game.
That's Hassel's 21st goal of the season, his second of the night. Both him and Jonas have 2 tallies on the evening. We're all square again. It's 6-6 tied in the MIAA semifinals. Adrian College and Albion College right here from the Docking Family Stadium. Twists and turns. An unpredictable game. This is turning into an instant classic. Losing his footing was Ristow. Holds on. Lets it go for Selvage. Bulldogs trying to find their first lead of the day. Have not led at any point through this game. Jake Coakley off to the far left corner. Some quick passing. Selvage horizontally back, and they shift it up top once more. Edwards to Ristow. Ristow, quick fake, looking for a long shot. Lets it go. It's stopped. Erickson got a piece of it. Went down to the ground and stopped it with the body. That's a big-time stop from Jack Erickson. Albion looking to get back up top, and they do from a shot by Cal Stearns. Again, a roller on the ground, and Albion takes the lead once again.
Yeah, and that's going to be Cal Stearns doing what he does best. Of course, what he does best is scoring the ball. He doesn't like to pass, as we've mentioned multiple times, and right there, he might have had some open teammates with better looks. Takes it himself, skips it off the deck, and once again, those low skipping shots are beating Sam Spangler today.
So that's the 47th goal on the season for Cal Stearns, his first of the day. And we talked about it. For this Bulldog defense, they've got to know that number 4 in purple is going to absolutely rip the ball. He's only got 8 assists on the season. He is the shooter. Do you, at that point, double team him?
Don't look now. He's got the ball once again.
Under 5 to play in the third quarter. Bulldogs have crawled their way back into it and are down once again. Stearns at the top of the key. His body number 4 on the 4 near the 40-yard line. Stearns towards the front. Quick shot there. It's stopped. And a great save by Spangler. Puts the big stick down on it. Bulldogs transition. They head down. They've got space on the far left wing. They'll hold on to the ball as Brandon Horoff looks to make his move, letting a shot go. They score! Horoff gets it right back, and it's 7-7 with 4:10 left to go in the third.
Brandon Horoff, commonly referred to as the track star for this team, showing his legs aren't the only thing with speed as he lets that shot eat and buries it past Erickson.
You know, before you had made a comment about Horoff almost making me eat my words about a deep shot. He did exactly that right there. That was from far out in front of the net, and he's able to bury that one. We're all squared away again. So Albion will get the ball off the draw at the Bruiser logo at the center of the fields.
I believe Burke might have moved early there for the Bulldogs, causing just a simple give it to the Brits situation.
This ball moved cross fields as it's the freshman in Luke Schumann. Said his name a lot today. Looks towards the net. Lets a shot go. It's wide off the outside of the cage. And trying to get it back is Noah Carithers, playing hard defense. Albion still controlling. 42 seconds left on their shot clock. They whip it towards the net and score! Right back in your face. The Brits up 8-7 with 3:25 left to go in the third.
Well, here comes that magic number we've talked about so much today. A quick head fake and just extending that stick by grabbing it at the furthest most possible point to get as much velo on the shot as possible.
All of these shots we've alluded to are low on the ground. That's something that the Bulldogs need to keep their eyes on for the rest of the game. But now they fall back by a goal once again. Trying to tie it on the next rush. They throw it downfield. They have Michael Jonas in front of the net. Behind the cage, Austin Selvage wrapping around, looking for a shot. Spins, opens up, lets a shot go. They score! Selvage gets it right back. It's 8-8 with 3 minutes left. Back and forth we go. What a semifinal.
We expected it to be close, and the Bulldogs are telling the Brits, may I have this dance? They aren't going to sleep anytime soon, keeping this game as close as possible.
Could you ask for a better playoff atmosphere in your semifinal game? One team on the other side of the bracket waiting the winner of these two teams. We had a feeling it was coming down to the wire, and man, it really looks like it's going to be that way.
I think one of the keys as we're getting things rolling here late in the game is going to be stamina. We have an inside track for the men's lacrosse team, and we know they spent a large majority of their preseason running. We don't know what the Brits did, but I've seen some of their defenders sucking gas after some of these quick transition opportunities. So stamina might be in the Bulldogs' favor as we get into the later part of this game.
Let's see how that plays into their favor. Bad pass. That was from Schumann, tried to get too cute with it, and he forces it away. Bulldogs have it. now with a big chance to change the momentum of the game. Good play as the Bulldogs head down. Nearing the net. 4 men in tight. Quick swap there. 2 aside, 1 in the middle, and 2 up top. Michael Jonas shadowed in front of the net by Ben Charlotte. We'll see where the ball goes here. Quick move and a pivot. Shot from outside, just barely goes wide. Might have hit somebody in front, it stopped. And Albion is able to move it the other way. Trying to jump in front of the ball was Austin Selvage. Was very close to grabbing that out of midair. There's a flag on the play. Fans for Albion were unhappy. And we'll see what this transpires into.
I believe that's going to be offside on the Bulldogs as they had too many players in the defensive area. I didn't check if they subbed that player off. Offside, that player can continue to play defense until the whistle sounds, and they can play with an extra player on the defensive end.
Hard hit in front of the net as the clock winding down to 60 seconds left in the third quarter. Waiting, getting the turnover. Nice play as a body check from Derek Hassel. Bulldog bench loves it. Fans up in arms on both sides. Clock will stop with 48 seconds left. Let's see where the ball goes here.
It's going to be Britt's ball for sure. It was offside on Derek Hassel. He did stick to the defensive end afterwards, so they were playing with a player advantage defensively there. Now they're going to be playing with a player disadvantage, which is a sticky situation to get in when you're playing against the Brits, who in man-up situations have 16 goals and a .308 power play percentage.
Let's see how the Bulldogs play around this. 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Brits are man up, looking for a long shot. With the ball, it's Stearns. They rip it and score! A big blast from Keegan Pastor. And again, the Brits back up top. It's 9-8 with 32 seconds left.
Just a phenomenal shot there by the Brits, doing everything they can, and when they set it up, it was a 1-2, and I'm just going to rip this one and see what happens. What happened was they took a 1-goal lead once again. Going down to the sideline there, Derek Hassel, when he was in the box right after that goal scored, couple head taps on himself. You know it's getting into his head a little bit that one was on him.
Delay on the draw. The ball is given to the Bulldogs. They've got 30 seconds to make something work. Cam Reed throws it down. Jotting onto the field, that's Riley Edwards, number 22, off the bench, looking for a quick shot, and they score! Just like that, back and forth we go. Austin Selvage, the junior from Wellington, Colorado, will tie this game up with little time left in the third quarter.
Oh, how about that? Skipped it off the deck and still went bar down on the shot. A very difficult thing to do, but Austin Selvage makes it look easy.
A little bit of a taste of your own medicine situation for the Brits. Ball off the ground, goes in the back of the net. Here's a late play from the Bulldogs, trying to find a push. Off to the left side, 6 seconds left. Not too much time left. Bulldogs need a shot. Will they get it? They let it go, and it's stopped. As Caleb Howell makes the save, he's subbed back into the game for Jack Erickson. That's the end of the third quarter. My goodness, what animosity from the Docking Family Stadium.
We witnessed so many goals there in the third quarter that I don't even know what the score was coming into it, because it was just so electric and so back and forth. My brain has erased everything prior to that quarter.
All right. Well, we've got one more quarter in regulation. to end the second half. 9-9 our score from the Docking Family Stadium. We'll be right back. You're watching the MIAA semifinals on ACTV.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Welcome back to Docking Family Stadium here on ACTV. Be sure to stay connected with all the action by following at Adrian College TV on social media. From game highlights to campus events, we've got you covered. Don't miss a moment and follow at Adrian College TV today. Man, what a game this has been. Albion and Adrian, the 2A schools. 9-9 our score as we head into the fourth quarter of regulation play. What is going to happen here over the next 15 minutes?
This is a rivalry that Adrian fans, when you're playing on this field, you don't like purple. The football team hates Albion. The lacrosse team hates Albion. And this is everything you could have asked for. 15 minutes left, and it's 0-0 essentially. Everything comes down to this quarter.
Fans on the ends of their feet, rushing towards the net. Here's a quick shot that just skips wide. Almost getting the go-ahead goal was Brendan Mercier.
That shot there hit some iron, and I'm sure you know what that feels like when you hear that little ting.
Goalie's best friend. The left, the right, and the top bar. Off to the wing. Albion cycles. It's Miller. Lets the shot go. Stopped. Big save made. And that's a massive one for Sam Spangler. Bulldogs will head to our left, trying to find their first lead of the day. We're 60 seconds into the fourth quarter. 14 minutes left remain in regulation. How will this storybook game wrap up? Up top, faking a shot was Tidswell. Everybody holding their breath for a second. Here's Jonas looking towards the net. No shot. Back behind the play. Waiting this out. 40 seconds left on the Bulldog shot clock. And this will go out of play, but the Bulldogs will still get it. 13:29 now left to go in the fourth quarter. Nearing the top of the crease. Shifting is Jonas on one hand. Throws it wide. Here's a shot. They score! Austin Selvage lifts the Bulldogs to their first lead of the game. It's 10-9 with 13:15 left to go.
And you can feel the tension in the air as the Bulldogs take their first lead. They have 10. Selvage skips it through. And like we've said, that's how goals are scored today. One hop off the deck, and it finds some twine to give the Bulldogs a lead.
Selvage, a hat trick in this game. And that will be his 35th of the season. Quickly, Bulldogs trying to double it. A high riser just goes wide. That close to making it two in front of the Brits.
And it was Palazzolo running down Broadway, as I've mentioned. He loves to do it. He made the smart play. They just weren't able to capitalize.
Bulldogs have to play conservative offenses. Here's a long shot. That one also sails wide. Need to be careful where you pick your spots to shoot. Deep offensive zone. Bulldogs have it. Lifted to the left. It's Tidswell. To the right. Back to Tidswell. Both players playing catch. It was Tidswell and Winiger. Boxing around the zone. Bulldogs move the ball. Tidswell. There's a shot. Off to the right corner. There's 35 seconds left. Adrian has this one. Moving around. Looking towards the front of the net. They scoop it up. And Albion is able to recover. And I believe down at field side, we have Audrey Evans with some notes. Might have some technical difficulties on our side as here's a quick shot. Bulldogs thought they scored, but it was off the outside of the net. There's a long, deep pass getting in the way. That's a nice play from number 27, and Owen Stuckey almost stole it at the 45. Albion going back to work. Andrew Miller has it. Now it's Stearns. Sun has set over the horizon. Stadium lights peering on to the green fields with a yellow, black, and white logo. Bulldogs reading in the end zones. 10-9 our score in the MIAA Lacrosse semifinal. Here's a move from Pipesh. Trying to find some space. Schumann taking his turn at it. Schumann lets the ball go out of his stick towards the front. Here's a shot, they score! Tying the game, it's Brendan Mercier, 10-10. We've seen 20 in this game, and we're back even with 10:46.
This is a knockdown, drag-out game here, and one team has to come out victorious, but as of right now, it looks like we could be standing here all night playing back and forth if they'd let us.
So Albion making quick work of the first Bulldog lead, tied the game again. Nobody's been able to fully pull ahead in this one. We've only been separated by a total of 2 goals at the most. Other than that, it's been either tied or 1 goal apart.
I believe the big lead was 3 as the Brits struck 3 in the first quarter to Bulldogs 0.
Flag is going to be on the play. I believe it's against the Bulldogs. Albion fans showing their disdain. Have to remember that the officials are watching the game too. Albion up top. There's a shot high and wide.
I don't know what the official term is for it in lacrosse, but essentially the player caught a stick to his face. Same thing as high sticking. I couldn't make out what the official said, but it's going to be the same thing as high sticking from what you would see in hockey. He's going to take a seat as he caught the player straight across the face mask.
So not a good situation for the Bulldogs to be in right now as they go man down. Sitting it out is Owen Stuckey. Albion will take the ball to our right. Starting it off, it's Pastor. They play it for Mozingo. Up top, Pastor looking down, a misplay. And this is going to go back the other way. That's a lucky break for the Bulldogs. Will they just try and slow it down here to kill off the man advantage, or are they going to try and go for it man down?
Well, what a lot of people might not know is on a shot, it's first player there. On a pass, it's a turnover, and that goes to officials' discrepancy right there. That's an easy call knowing that was a pass.
Ristow is in deep. Still sitting out is Owen Stuckey. 9:24 left to go in regulation, the fourth quarter of this MIAA semifinal. Albion and Adrian College. deadlocked in a fierce battle. Adrian College playing the waiting game as they're still trying to gain a player back. No motion from them on the offensive side, though they do hold on to the ball. Tidswell moves over to his left. Now to the net. No shot for him, so he goes behind. Tidswell gets the ball right back. Trying to go up and over. Opens up. A good move. Lets it go high. It's tipped in the net. They swipe for it, and it was almost batted home. But holding on, that was Howell, who's back in the game. Back to even strength now. Stearns will have this at the middle. He's double teamed, looking for a shot. It stopped. A great save made. Spangler shutting down Stearns. Tried to find the ball on the field again, and that time it doesn't go. Cam Reed catches and releases. 8:10 left to go here. Bulldogs run the ball around, stopping on a dime. In front. Oh, what a save! Caleb Howell with the stop of the night.
I believe he caught that right in the middle of his stick and just pushed forward, almost bench pressing the ball out of his face.
Man, oh man, Caleb Howell has kept his Brits team in it. So it's the purple. Trying to get back on top. Brendan Mercier back behind the net. Schumann takes a step, speeds up to the slot. No shot from him. Now it's getting off, and it's wide. Getting to the ball first, I believe, are the Bulldogs, and yes, it is. Tyler Ristow with some good awareness and fantastic speed as he's helping his team get back on the hunt. Jack Messel with it, tosses it all the way down as it's caught by Hassel. Hassel whips it around. Time winding down here in this game. Tied up 10 apiece. Up top, it's number 8 in Winiger. Winiger up and over with a nice move. Lets a shot go. It's stopped off the body. Howell again with a big save in the crease.
That's a painful one, too. He did not get his stick there in time. He caught that straight onto the body. He doesn't look like he's wearing much padding either.
And it's tough, too, because these lacrosse players, they've got some protection on, but it's really not a whole lot, and especially for those goalies. You get hit with that ball, that's a high-powered rocket being sent your way, and that definitely stings. Miller looking for his chance to strike. Up top, has to move backward to move forwards. This is Schumann. Didn't like what he saw. Will stop and push back the other way. Schumann to the slot, lets it go and scores! Schumann can't be stopped today. And the Brits crawl back on top. It's 11-10 with 5:53 left.
Well, Schumann doing it all himself, unassisted. He takes the screen, and with a quick jump shot, he rifles it past Sam Spangler. Not a lot Spangler can even do on that one. It's too much traffic right in front of his face.
All of those good quality shots coming from the middle of the field. And when there's motion on the ball, players crisscrossing in front of you, sometimes you just lose sight of it, and Albion's been doing that all day long. And executing to a T. They get the ball right back off the faceoff. Looking to double the lead, it's Taylor who swings low. Albion fans back in it as they push to the top, and Stearns. Stearns to Raciti, letting their fans do the work. Trying to build off their momentum. Triangle position up top. Off to the back of the net. Swung around. Miller. To Pastor. Holding on. Here's a look towards the front of the net. No shot going. Held on to Now to the slot. They let it go and score again. Keegan Pastor on back-to-back shots makes it 12-10 Brits, and they lead it by 2 with under 5 to play.
It's a great job by Pastor, as it looked like things were starting to get a little sloppy, so he just took a shot, and when he buried it home, that's an insurance goal right there for the Brits.
Adrian College will take a timeout and try and regroup the troops as they need to find 2 to tie, 3 to win, under 5 minutes left to play. We're going to take a step aside for a quick timeout. Alex Herman, Sean Whitmer, you're watching Bulldog Lacrosse on ACTV.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Lots of hooting and hollering to our right. The Albion fans strutting their stuff. The Bulldogs holding their breath to our left. 4:59 is all that we have left in regulation in this MIAA semifinal. 12-10 our score. Bulldogs desperately need 2 goals. They've struggled early on, but battled their way back. Can they do it again? Here goes Fabrizio Rosidi. Rosidi taking his time. Goes up top. Mercier. Now it's Pastor. Had the goal to make it 12-10.
Brits can chew as much clock here as they want. They have 40 on the shot clock. That'll take us down into about 3:20 left in the game.
I'm sure the Brits are going to try and play the long game and stretch out the time for as much as they can to not give any space for the Bulldogs to operate if they do get the ball back. Cal Stearns, a give and go, and gets it right back. Has 15 seconds left. Here's Elaine towards the front. No shot yet. It's Rosidi who's running it around to the top. They need to let the ball go. Brits can't come up with it. It's fought off. There's the shot, but it doesn't matter. And the shot clock will go. Bulldogs will get it back. Sam Spangler will lead the charge from his end of the field. Spangler moves with Messel. As here go the Bulldogs. Here's some speed towards the front. Quick shot, stopped by Howell. It's kept out. A big save. Again from Howell. It's thrown cross field. Kildea, 3 minutes now. Albion believes they've won this game at this point. Bulldogs need to double team everybody who has the ball to try and force a turnover. They're running out of time. Keegan Pastor stops and waits, takes a slash. The net was empty for a second. 2:25 remaining. There's a tumble at center. Rosidi still on possession, has 30 seconds left on the shot clock. Played off the body was Pastor. Pastor in reverse has 3 Bulldogs in front of him. Stearns, the deadly hand for the Brits. Looking to find another one. Played in front, tipped out of the way. Brits looking to recover. And the Bulldogs will get the ball here. 2 minutes left. Cam Reed slings it over to the side. Time winding down. Bulldogs need to find some magic, and they can't complete the play. Brits will get the ball back with 1 minute and 46 seconds left.
I think that might do it there. 80-second shot clock leaves them 26 on the clock if they get it back, assuming the Brits chew all of it and don't make a mistake here.
This is off for Barker. Barker up and over. Lets the ball go. Met in the pocket. Ran down. Now it's in the offensive zone. Albion trying to stiff the Bulldogs. Schumann running around. Double team takes a slash from Cam Reed. Played back to the top. 1 minute and 5 left. A Let's Go Brits chant erupting from the crowd. Bulldogs have 60 seconds to find 2 goals to tie this game. Fending off pressure was number 1 in Robbie Dameron. A forced timeout call with 48 seconds left. Is this it, or can the Bulldogs find something happen here? We'll take a step aside. Alex Herman, Sean Whitmer up here in the booth. You're watching Bulldog Lacrosse on ACTV.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campusvisit. Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campusvisit.
Bulldogs take to the field in a do-or-die situation. There's 21 seconds left on the shot clock, 48 on the game clock. Bulldogs will need a miracle and have to have everything go right if they're going to tie this one. Their season on the line. Brits will run it around and force the clock to go down. It's Stearns to the front, and a big stop. Bulldogs recover. They've got 34 left. Here's Cam Reed. Adrian College has to charge downfield. Here they go. Running it down. It's Horoff to the front of the net. No shot for him. 22 seconds left. Pitching it is Selvage. Has had a great game so far. Opens up, trying to find a short angle. This is off for Horoff. Lets it go, and it's wide. 11 seconds left.
I mean, it feels a little too late, but an absolutely disgraceful hit after the play was over there on Brandon Horoff.
10 seconds left. The Brits in anticipation. Here's one last shot. They score! Derek Hassel with 5 seconds left. Get back within 1, but they may be out of time.
Well, I've seen this Bulldogs team score quick, but I think 5 seconds might be a little too quick. As I mentioned, just a big hit earlier in that play, but Derek Hassel, he came alive. It just seems a little late for this Bulldogs team. everything rides on Nico Palazzolo right now.
Bulldogs will take a timeout with 5 seconds left. They got to win the faceoff and really move fast down the field. I mean, really, everything has to go right on a play like this.
Yeah, and with the seniors on this team, you really want to see what they can do. It might be a situation of stacking the box, get Palazzolo to flip it quick up the field, find Jonas rushing, and just let him let it eat. Maybe Horoff, because we've seen the heat he has coming out. But it's going to have to be a long shot either way. They're not going to get close.
So we'll get the officials back at center. 5 seconds left on the clock. A 1-goal game.
Brits are going with a long stick as their face-off. That might give them a disadvantage here. And the Bulldogs are not playing near the 50 at all.
Need to win the draw and get a shot. They get the ball back. It's tipped up. They can't recover. There's the horn. The Brits are going to the MIAA finals. They top the Bulldogs 12-11 in regulation. The first time this season the Bulldogs have been beaten on their own field.
That is a tough loss for this Bulldogs team. A team led by their seniors and a game they wanted to win for their home squad. And they're going to have to go home without that coveted MIAA championship.
We're going to send it down to the field with Brits head coach Jacob DeCola and Audrey Evans.
They've been working hard for every single season to get to the championship game. We're the only team in the league that's done that. We're really proud of that tradition. The guys worked incredibly hard tonight. That's an incredible opponent that Coach Wetzel's built over here at the Adrian with the Bulldogs, and we're just really happy to be able to host a championship game.
It was a great game. Thank you so much for your comment. Now I'm sending it back up to you.
12-11, our final.
Thank you so much.
And the end of the season, unfortunately, for the Bulldogs in heartbreaking fashion. You thought they had one more left in them, but they fall short by 1 goal. A tough way to go out for this senior class and this fantastic lacrosse team that has really proved themselves to a lot of people around the MIAA and around the country for D3 lacrosse.
Yeah, I've called a lot of games here this year, and this team has become one of my favorite teams to call on campus. I've called 6 of their 8 home games now, only missing out on 2 of those games. And when I tell you that this team was something special, and I really hope that the freshmen and the underclassmen got a chance to really learn from these upperclassmen and develop things going forward for this Bulldogs team. That is what could build a program.
Bulldogs earlier this year, just a couple of short days ago, got a big win over Albion College. And maybe, dare I say, it came at the wrong time. First time since 2015 that they beat this Britain team. But when they needed it most, in the playoffs, unfortunately, they're not able to do so. But what a valiant effort from this squad, and something to hold your head high for. This team battled through so much adversity throughout the course of the season and really have a lot of talented players who have a bright future ahead. And I'm sure going into the postseason, there's going to be one thing on the minds of this Bulldog squad, and that's beat Albion College.
Yeah, it was a tough situation going into this one, and obviously, we call a lot of games for Adrian College. We call Bulldog sports here at ACTV, but want to give some love to Albion. They came in, they worked hard, they beat the Bulldogs fair and square. It was a physical, tough-fought game, and the Brits were able to come out victorious at the end of the day.
Season coming to a close for these Bulldogs and their seniors who graduate on this Sunday, and we certainly send our love to them and congratulate them on unbelievable careers as a member of the Bulldog family. Albion will go on to host Trine University on their home fields for the MIAA championship.
Yeah, you can see the players down on the field, the Bulldog players just, I don't think it's fully set in for them yet, how just astonished they seem, they seem just shocked that this happened.
So that's going to be all we have from the Docking Family Stadium. What a semifinal in the MIAA between Adrian College and Albion. Our final today, 11-12 in favor of the Brits. They'll go on to face Trine University in the final. Alex Herman, Sean Whitmer up here in the booth for the final time with our lacrosse team, signing off for the season. Thank you so much for tuning in and following all year long. We'll be back in the new year to see you in the spring. Alex Herman, Sean Whitmer, you've been watching Bulldog Lacrosse on ACTV.